cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in to. It's time again to cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in to. It's the number one podcast. The topics of discussion when we broadcast. So all them artificial man jokes, we do it natural from the concrete to a public standpoint. Real, wherever you're from, life is coexisting, but to know the real, you just gotta listen. Wherever you're from, life is coexisting, but to know the real, you just gotta listen. It's time again.
What up, y'all? You tuned in to the 52 Scott Podcast. This is Music Monday, and I'm your host, Slash. And with me, I got Comedian 96, K Money, Freddie G. Together, we are the Mind of Men. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, at 52 Scott Podcast. On Instagram and Facebook, the 52 Scott Podcast. All right, welcome back to Music Monday. Got another great show for you today. We want to look back at last year, 2024, at some of the best music performances by a lot of different artists. So the first one I think I want to talk about, since it was probably the most recent, was Beyonce's halftime show for the Christmas NFL game between the Baltimore Ravens and the Houston Texans. So she did a good job. I guess Cowboy Carter is where she pulled her songs from. So it was a lot of, rodeo attire and cowboy boots and hats, which I think was a nice setup, the way she had the people on stage and doing the dances and stuff like that. I mean, Beyonce's always been a performer.
Yes, sir.
And
yes.
I think anybody that comes along with her, she chooses because of them being great performers. Also, because not only do they have to keep the step, but they got to make it look good, and they got to be on time. So that's really big when you have a certain amount of people that's actually dancing, because you're trying to make the stage look a certain way. Now, similar to what MC Hammer used to do in his videos, is where Beyonce's going with that particular performance that she did at the halftime show. Did y'all actually see any of that halftime show?
I did. And the band, Texas Southern, and I think, and I saw a news article where they didn't have very much time to put that together,
right?
And so I thought that was really good.
Yeah, well, see, what happens is they're told what song to perform. They never actually meet Beyonce. You know what I mean? They just go backstage and come out and do what they do. So they are probably just told what songs to actually play as a band. I don't think it's a rehearsal with them. They had. You think it was a rehearsal with Beyonce?
Yeah,
I think they did.
Actually, they did. From my understanding is that maybe not with Beyonce herself, somebody probably posing as Beyonce, because Beyonce knows her move. But the band director, I did see where the band director actually had to listen to choreographers who choreographed. They was actually helping, showing the band directors what needed to do and how they want it done. So, but I thought it was awesome that they didn't have very much time to get that done. And
when you putting stuff together like that, I mean, it's a lot of people involved and not much time. And so you have to really be a good performer to pick up on this quick. They don't have time for you to try to figure it out. Mm-hmm. Well, I can't. What are we doing here? That would look horrible at a big event where it looks as if it should have been rehearsed several times.
Yeah.
And that's the whole look of it. It's got to look that well. So you got to have good performers. And shout out to TSU band. Actually, 50 Cent used Yates band here on a performance that he did, which I think was really, really original. Now, did Beyonce get the idea from 50? Maybe.
She actually has used a HBCU's band before in her homecoming, which was a great
another good performance.
Yeah. Blue Ivy also performed with her.
She sure did.
Blue Ivy was there the whole time, right?
Yeah. So now, you can tell the apple is not falling too far from the tree where performing is concerned.
Well, she's already in. She don't even have to.
She's pretty much in all her shows.
Yeah, she's got just as many fans as her mom got.
Yeah.
So there's no reason why.
You noticed that?
Well, I mean, it's actually understood, which is what she did that for. Shout out Beyonce for thinking like that, because that's one of the best things she could have done. Okay, I want to move on to Shea Boozie's BET Award performance. Now he's got a song, Tipsy, and that was the original release in 2004 by Jaquan. He was the original artist of Tipsy, but this guy came back and redone it, and he was able to blend contemporary sounds with a classic hit. But again, the BET Award performance was great.
Question, because I hear you saying contemporary, but isn't it classified actually as a country song?
Yeah, actually, but that contemporary can kind of go along with country. You know, it's similar because I've never heard contemporary rap. You know,
Now that guy, Jaquan, the original rapper that did it, ain't he from like St. Louis somewhere?
Yeah, he's from St. Louis.
Okay.
I think it's St. Louis.
Yeah, he was coming around, like he was around doing the Nelly and
Chingy time, right?
Man, you know, I just realized Slash that there was a remix.
Yeah,
that Shabuzi did.
Yep, Tipsy. That was an old remake, and I guess it was time to bring that song back because it did pretty good, you know. Now here's one. Usher Super Bowl halftime show last year. Do y'all remember that show?
Yeah, I think he did a really good job.
He did a really good job. He had a lot of good acts with him. Guests like Alicia Keys,
yep.
Ludacris, Lil Jon. So he actually delivered a high energy performance, and somebody was on the skates.
He was
on the skates.
He was on the skates.
Yeah, you know, he just recently finished his residency in Vegas, which he performed on skates daily.
Yeah. So that was a good show for Usher, and I like that show. And if I'm not mistaken, y'all, I want y'all to correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't what's his name, Jermaine Dupri, come out there on this show?
I can't remember.
On the Super Bowl show? I believe so. I want to say he did.
I think so, though.
Looking like the oatmeal man.
Yeah, well, he had like
I don't remember. I can't remember.
With
his
the
attire was
strange.
That's a perfect word for it. Yeah.
With the little socks like the baby dolls wear, the baby doll babies.
You know what?
Socks
I do remember because now
lace.
they were talking about his attire. I do remember.
That's
yes, he was.
why I remember this halftime show.
Yeah.
So it was, and then this is another thing I want to bring, because who went under whose legs at the end? Did Usher go under Jermaine Dupri's legs on the skates, or did Jermaine Dupri go under Usher?
I don't recall that.
It was right at the end of the show.
I don't know, but it's skating. It's skating. You got to give him a pass. You're not giving him a pass.
But these was one of the things that I remember about the show. You know, I just wanted to mention that. But that was the Super Bowl halftime show that Usher performed at. Okay, so now the Democratic National Convention. It was held in Chicago. It was different celebrities, including Oprah Winfrey, Lil Jon, Stevie Wonder. So they all graced the stage and was able to blend politics with entertainment, you know, in the way only black artists can do it. Now, my only thing with this is the Democratic Party will rely on the celebrities a lot. In a lot of their campaigns, they rely on these celebrities. And I'm not sure if the celebrities are given money or whatever, but I think in order for that to be more effective, I think you can use these celebrities, but you should have a more in the forefront of what you're trying to do. You know, like at your polling places, and you know, out with your pens or whatever you handing people. If you use the artist in that form, then maybe that'll work for the Democratic Party, because you know, the Democratic Party always go towards black celebrities and try to use music to bring people together, which that's the one thing in our culture that does bring us together. Music is one of the things that can bring us together, but I just think that there's a better way to win these parties rather than using the celebrities all the time. Now, the next show, Kendrick Lamar's Juneteenth concert. So, wish I could have been there.
Is that the one they said they gave everybody their money back that wasn't from L.A.? Is that the same show?
I'm not sure.
No.
But it was a featured lineup of West Coast legends. So you had Dr. Dre, Tyler the Creator, Ken and Friends, and who else was on there? So this was during the controversy too with Drake and Kendrick Lamar. So of course everybody came out to support Kendrick Lamar. Brought all kind of fans together from different places. So maybe you might be right. I don't know if they gave anybody their money back from being from other places. But
I heard that as well.
It made headlines that if you wasn't from LA, but I think that was during the Not Like Us. That was well after June, wasn't it? When Not Like Us came out.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I think it was after July.
Yeah. So definitely that wasn't it then. That wasn't
Yeah. But I could see that being a really good performance, Juneteenth concert. Just imagine if there were other West Coast legends alive that would have been on that show, like Tupac.
Man, Comedian 96, kind of help me understand again. You said it gave money back because of what?
They weren't from LA. If you weren't from LA, they gave you money back.
But could you still see the concert?
That's what I don't know. They didn't say that. They just said if you wasn't from LA, I don't know if they weren't letting them in.
Well,
so
it
I don't
says
wanna
he
speak
created
wrong.
a vibrant atmosphere, so the people was in there.
Yeah, so
That people came from other places.
yeah, but I don't know. I don't know if they kicked them out, but I do know that the
Because
money
I
was
would
returned.
think that it sound kind of I know you got to move on / but that sound kind of weird to me because if you're not from LA and we're giving you your money back, but you can still be in the concert, but then how would the people from LA
feel.
this is we're here to support an LA artist?
Look at it like this. Look at it like this. If someone came down here and the song and the we at Carol and how we do it on the South Side, and somebody not from Houston started doing it, how would we look at them? You get what I'm saying? I'm just saying. How would we look at them
I
if
won't
they
look
do?
at them, man. A dance is a dance.
It's a dance, but you know how we are on the South Side.
No.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
All right, so Megan Thee Stallion supports Kamala Harris. So during the Kamala Harris, campaign, and as the presidential race went on, Megan Thee Stallion supported Kamala Harris by doing a support performance for her. First black woman to run for president. I think Megan looked at it like, okay, it's an opportunity for black women, in which I look at that opportunity as well. Unfortunately, she did not win the presidential election, but however, I'm guessing she's making a statement for black women. There was so much behind her not winning, and so many things came out negatively about why she didn't win and different stuff like that. I think we just need to look at the fact that if she had won, I just feel like we'd be much further. And when I say further, I mean further as a people, not further as far as monetary values, but just in, thought values, period. We need to be thought of more than what we are in higher positions than what we're put in. And I think that's just what her winning would have done for black people as well as black women. So now I remember this actual performance at the Grammys. It was one of the greatest. Tracy Chapman and Luke Combs. The Fast Car remix that Luke Combs did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I tell you, he tearing that song up. Now, let's talk about that song, because that song can be labeled contemporary. Doesn't necessarily, it sounds country though.
I got what you're saying now.
But it's labeled contemporary. Now, that's where the line is drawn, because it's not, I guess the vocal twang is not there, but it's the same type of sound and music, which makes it contemporary. Now, when I'll tell you, Tracy Chapman did a good song with it when she first done this song. But man, the stuff Luke Combs put on it,
Yeah, I agree, bro.
it's very
I liked
touching,
it better.
man.
Yeah.
He did something he made it his own.
Definitely did
Yes, he
that.
did.
I was able to watch his performance and understand exactly what he was doing and what he was saying on this song, so good job, Luke Combs, Tracy Chapman.
Yes, sir.
Would love to see something else from the two of y'all, hopefully this year as we move on. Okay, Doechie's Tiny Desk concert. Now, Doechie It's a new female rapper. I don't know if y'all familiar.
Bro.
She raw.
I just
man.
got turned on to her.
Hey,
I haven't seen that tiny disc.
Yeah, I haven't
but I heard
seen it
about
either.
it.
But I
heard it's
but
fire.
what this is gonna do is make me go and look at this tiny desk. But Doechii,
yeah.
she fire.
Yeah.
Brand new little
And
chick.
fine.
I need to
Man,
find.
let me tell you, she not the video that I saw with her. She wasn't trying to use her body to be, like how
I'm
some of these
definitely
other
gonna go
women.
look for it now.
Nah, she had on her baggy clothes,
Perfect.
And I'm like, okay, this is what you're supposed to leave it to the imagination. Now, once you get deeper in and you get your foot planted better, you can do what you want to do. But I don't think she want to go that route as far as she's trying to sell her body or sell an image. She got lyrics.
Lyrically, bro.
She lyrically.
She lyrical, man, and the stuff that she's saying really makes sense. Now I've saw several different Tiny Desk concerts. One being Scarface, one being Justin Timberlake, one being Shaka Khan, and these were really good Tiny Desks. So to see her on there and actually hear her with a band, that would change the way I look at rap music, but she has a unique voice in the industry, and I think that's what's going to make her take off faster than some of the others. And I think if the world just really grasp on to her, she'll be the next hottest female act, not to mention what's already out, because she's very different from Megan Thee Stallion. She's very different from Cardi B. She's different from Nicki Minaj. She's lyrical, and she's not selling an image as of yet. I haven't seen that.
I like that.
You
That's
know,
good.
so for me, that's a good look.
I like that because she did just like her. Her did the same
Right.
thing.
When her came out,
she just had a shadow,
And you didn't know what she
looked like.
Yeah,
And she
and
was
then
jamming.
later
Then
she
you seen
decided to show her
That
face.
was the best.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, that was really unique. She uniquely done it. And then look at the name that she chose. Her.
Yeah.
That could be anybody
Anybody.
with a shadow.
Yep.
So shout out to her for her image and how she began starting out. All right, I want to talk about Glorilla MTV VMAs performance. Did y'all see that?
No, sir.
That girl
No, I
just
didn't
hot.
see
She's just been hot all year, like nonstop.
Well,
I gotta give her a
she's
props.
celebrating her album debut, reaching number 5 on the Billboard charts. She's really doing good. Now I'm gonna tell you, I seen Glorilla before Glorilla was Glorilla when she first signed her deal,
Yeah.
and I was like, okay, she looked like a little hood rat chick.
Yeah.
That's what she was looking like.
Yeah.
Until the money, but the money changed her image.
She was cute even when she was
Yeah,
just
but she was
regular
rough
girl.
around the edges.
Yeah, she was rough. She was still gangster. That's still she kind of calmed down.
Well,
Just
when
needed
I
some
see
chiseling.
when I say rough around the edges, I mean stuff like how women are feminine ways, getting their nails done, toes done, hair constantly.
Yeah,
nails,
she wasn't on that.
And lashes, all this stuff, the other stuff. So I saw her before that, and I was like, okay, and some of the stuff she does, I'm not gonna take nothing away from her. I'm gonna give her props, but some of the stuff she do, I don't really listen to. I think it's for a younger generation, and that's fine for them. That's where they are, and that's fine. But some of it that I listen to, I'm kind of like, nah, because I'm looking for people like Doechii. When I talk about female rapper, I want to hear what you really got, as far as your style and whatever else. If you got lyrics, are you lyrical, or are you just hood chick talking about some bullshit? I want to know this. So that's why I look for artists such as Doechii rather than a Glorilla. Now, don't get me wrong, Glorilla getting the money, and she doing what she doing in the industry, and the people like it, which is fine. She getting the money, but me per se to produce, I would pick a Doechii over a Glorilla.
Yeah, I haven't heard it yet, but it sounds like I would pick her too.
But
as well.
Glorilla jamming now. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
So here's one, Houston's own. I want to talk about Travis Scott. High energy set at Rolling Loud. He did a performance at Rolling Loud 10th anniversary in Miami, and he had a jaw-dropping performance. A dramatic entry. He flew in a helicopter, delivering an electrifying set that had fans in a frenzy. So when I think about Travis Scott and I think about his music, and whatever his little what do you call it, his watermark, that's on all of his songs. Mm-hmm. When I think about how his music sounds, the best way to enter to a show is in a helicopter. When you think about his music, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think he's on to something. Although we haven't seen Travis Scott here in Houston for a while since the Astroworld performance, where there was a lot of miscommunication, and you know, I think some of the stuff that went on, they kind of accused him of for stuff that he had nothing to do with. So, you know, I think he kind of want to stay away from that type of situation again at all costs, which he should, because there were several people trying to file lawsuits and all kind of stuff towards him, and he had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, man. You know, he brings that amount of crowd volume of people out just to see him.
And then this happened.
Yeah.
A lot of people were trampled. And now this wasn't 2024. This, I want to say, was it 23 when this happened, or 22?
22 or 23. It was the second Astroworld perform.
Yeah, it was the second. It was the second one that he did here?
I think it was the second one.
Yeah. So that happened, and a lot of people, you know, got trampled. People were hurt. Some people died, and there were all kind of lawsuits coming out against Travis Scott. And I think the best thing in this is he wasn't guilty of none of it. You know, I didn't understand why they would go at him, but I guess that's just the way the world works now. You know, file a lawsuit on the person who got the money, long as he involved with it. It seems like that's where everything's going. Because before now, you used to have a legitimate case against people to sue them. Yeah. Now you don't have to have a legitimate case. It's all now just he say, she say, and fight to see who win or lose. So, you know, it's a little bit crazy. But before I take off, I'm glad y'all came back here this year in 2025 to check us out. But I do want to talk about one of the biggest events that went on in 2024 that I think we definitely can't leave without, you know, we have to talk about this. Honoring Frankie Beverly.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I think that was one of music's biggest hits and hurts of 2024, losing legendary music pioneer Frankie Beverly.
Agreed.
You know, we really, really need other artists like that, you know, but what we remember of Frankie was 30 years of singing about love. You know, love is the key. Just, you know, in every way, love in every way. So they did honor him at the Essence Festival, and you had a lot of people. You had artists like Bilal and Anthony Hamilton, you know, to celebrate his legacy and highlight the impact he had on music industry. So I'm sure they singing a lot of his songs. But my thing is this, man. You can do a Frankie Beverly song. You can sing a Frankie Beverly and Mays song. But you're not going to outdo a Frankie Beverly and Mays song. I don't care who you are. You know, you could be the best singer from England, Africa, wherever you're from. You can perform a Frankie Beverly song, but you'll never sound as great as Frankie Beverly did on that music. It is what it is. When you're an artist like that and your music molds together and it meshes together, then there is no comparison.
And it's timeless.
Yep. You know, 30 years of timeless music. We can still go back and listen to these songs and it sounds the same. Right now today, it gives you the same good feeling. You know, he's not missing a beat. So, you know, 2024 was filled with a lot of great performances, a lot of great entertainers, although we lost a lot of great entertainers as well. So, looking forward to this year, seeing the ups and downs of the music industry, seeing the goods, the bads of the music industry. We're going to be right here to bring most of that news to you. So y'all stay tuned. Next week, come back, check us out. But come back tomorrow. Peace. So that's all, y'all, for this edition of Music Monday. Thanks for tuning in. Come back tomorrow and check out True Tuesday with K Money. Hit that like button, subscribe, and follow us on Instagram and Facebook, The 52 Scott Podcast. Follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, at 52 Scott Podcast.